I'm going to hit share screen. All right, thumbs up if you can see it. We're good to go. Terry, can you see my slide? Terry, can you give me a thumbs up if you can see that slide? Terry. Can you see it, Diana?
I can.
Okay,
yes, I have my audio off.
Okay, thank you, everybody. I just want to make sure. All right. So again, please feel free to chime in if you have a question that you really are dying to ask as I'm talking about all this stuff. I don't mind that at all, or you can leave it to the end. So welcome to week 3 of your Facebook Bootcamp. We will have one more meeting next Monday, same time, same place. But this week we are going to talk about engagement. So in real estate, it's location. And in Facebook land, it's engagement. And we're going to really deep dive into why that's so important and how to have the algorithm work for us, and then how to use Facebook Messenger to really catapult your engagement and really take it to the next level. Okay, so let me give you a little bit of context behind why this is so important. So Facebook is a change-in. Facebook has grown so much in recent years that they are using a whole new system to prioritize posts that are seen in your newsfeed and the system that's used to figure out who sees your posts. So on Facebook, we have over 1.6 billion users, and over 50 million small businesses have created their own business pages on Facebook. And so because of this, obviously the news feed is cluttered, cramped, there's less space, and that may be, that is why you may be feeling like you see the same 10 people's posts all the time, and you don't see other people's posts. So let's talk about this. So back in January, only a couple months ago, Mark Zuckerberg, the owner of Facebook, announced that he was making some changes. And really this came as a result of us small business owners trying to, use Facebook as a way to grow our businesses for free. And essentially that's what we're all here still doing. And we're trying to outwit the system a little bit. But Mark Zuckerberg never meant for Facebook to be a marketing platform for your business. He meant for it to be a place where friends conversed with their friends. And so he really wants to reinforce and prioritize posts from your friends, family, from groups, from people that you actually know and are in relationship with. And he wants there to be fewer posts and ads from other businesses. And so what you've probably noticed is, if you've been on Facebook for a while, and months ago, sponsored ads used to be everywhere. It's like it was just this big spammy kind of bunch of business ads, and there's fewer of those now because of the way he's shifting the algorithm and where he's encouraging us to spend our time and money. So there's fewer posts from businesses and ads, which is kind of nice for us that are on Facebook. It's nice for us who are on Facebook to engage with our friends and family. And he really wants to encourage meaningful interaction between people. And so businesses now, because of this, they're going to have to work even harder to get their customers' attention. But that's okay. I'm going to show you how. So according to Zuckerberg, he wants us to have meaningful interactions, and he wants us to be engaging with other people on Facebook. And what engagement simply means is, or meaningful interaction simply means, is comments, and more comments. And so it used to be the case that you could go and just like everybody's stuff. And that kind of was the name of the game. And I'm going to be teaching you that that's not necessarily the name of the game anymore, that really having meaningful conversations, meaning that you're commenting on people's posts, they're commenting on yours, you're commenting on their comments, etc. That is how Facebook really defines and sees engagement. So he says pages making posts that people generally don't react to or comment on are probably going to get lost in the newsfeed. They're going to see their biggest decreases in distribution. Pages whose posts prompt conversation between friends, they're going to see less of an effect with this new algorithm change, meaning they're going to see more people are going to see your stuff, and that's good. Okay, so a couple just overarching general ways of thinking about what should I do regarding this new algorithm change, and what should I be spending my time on. I want you to think of asking a lot of questions. So if I go and make a post about something that maybe I did on Easter, I might end it with a question that's going to get engagement from other people. Or if I'm doing a Facebook Live on something I want to teach, I'm going to try to embed as many questions as I can during my Facebook Live. And that's something that comes with practice, but you'll want to get good at that. You'll want to, that's going to really be how you want to show up, asking questions. And then obviously writing about topics people will have an opinion about, or that you can evoke their opinion about. So instead of maybe just posting a picture and saying, beautiful sunny day in Reno, that's cool, that's fine, that's beautiful. If we're looking for how that functions and how well that post works for us, it's not a very good use of your post and your time, because it doesn't give anyone any reason to respond to it, other than maybe a couple people might say, it looks lovely, right? So there's nothing to engage on, it's not a conversation starter, etc. So we really want to maximize our posts. Okay, so we want to engage, but we want to really avoid a couple ways of engagement. We don't want to get click happy and just go and like everyone's posts. So it used to be that quantity was what was the driver, but now because there's so many users on Facebook, quality is running the day. Quality is ruling, okay? So you actually do want to be kind of selective on which posts you like, which ones you comment on, because if you're constantly commenting on the same person's stuff, and that's fine, maybe that's what you want to be doing. But if you're trying to prospect for your business, which is what we're kind of talking about more here, then you want to be savvy, right, about showing Facebook, who do I want that, to see their posts, and whose eyes do I want to have on my stuff, okay? So you might have seen also recently, I just saw someone do it this morning, what's called an engagement bait kind of post, and Facebook does not like these. And so you might have seen this post that went around the last couple of weeks. Say hi so I know you're still out there. Facebook has been changing the algorithm. Say hi if you're still out there. And everyone hops on and says hi. Facebook doesn't like that. And I don't really know exactly statistically the algorithm, how they kind of slap your wrist for doing that, but it's somehow savvier than us and sees when we're doing this. So another, comment on this post if you like ice cream, just to get people to comment, that's not going to win the day either. So we have to be savvy. Okay, so with these algorithm changes, really there are a couple options for us. We can increase our ad budget and spend lots and lots of money on our ads for our business so that it's seen. And I do not teach that way growing on. Christine, can you mute yourself, please, my dear? Thank you. The other way is to do more Facebook Lives. So great, we're doing that. We're totally focusing on that in this boot camp. We know that Facebook Lives are watched way more than posts, and even 3 more times than regular videos. So if you look at the level of engagement, posts are going to have the fewest, generally speaking, then videos, pre-recorded videos, and then Facebook Lives have the most. So Zuckerberg loves these live videos. He said live videos often lead to discussions among viewers, and I'm teaching you how to do Facebook Lives that lead to discussions. He says, in fact, live videos on average get 6 times as many interactions as regular videos. And then the third option is we can invest time in Facebook groups. And I can give you some pointers about what that means and how to do that. And the fourth is we're going to talk about Facebook Messenger. But here's what I want you to know. We don't have to worry about all this if we are posting and doing what I'm teaching you in this Facebook Bootcamp. So if you add content with super high value, great quality, you're not going to have to worry about this. You just aren't. So that's the good news. We can calm down. We don't have to be so anxious, and we can have fun with this. Okay. I want to talk to you about Facebook Messenger. So Facebook Messenger is, you know, that part on Facebook where you get messages from people. That is actually a whole different social media platform than Facebook itself. They are two separate platforms. Messenger is owned by Facebook, and they communicate together. So it's what you do over in Facebook Messenger is probably the number one driver right now of who sees your posts and what posts you see. So it is a very, very big driver of the algorithm. Okay, so if you see this little picture here on my screen, you see right to the left of where you type in a message, you can see this little icon that looks like a microphone. This is something that I recommend you start doing, is using the voice recorder when you're sending messages. And the reason why this is really this is like a ninja pro tip. And one of the things we know about in sales is belief has a sound, okay? People can hear your excitement. People can hear your genuine interest in them. People can hear you giving them a compliment. It's much more effective than simply writing in a message, okay? So if you're using that voice recorder, which I literally, other than sending someone a link to maybe buy a ticket to my event, I am only using the voice recorder. I do not type messages. Rarely do I type any messages. I pretty much use voice recorder all the time now. It's that effective. And what I want you to know is you only get a minute per recording, and you have to hold down the button, which is kind of a pain, but you got to hold it down, and you got to kind of keep track of, are you getting close to the minute? You can then record another minute, but don't keep people hostage with too many minutes of recording, right? Can you imagine if you got like 10 minutes of recording, you had to sit there and listen to it, right? So try to get your recording in maybe in that first minute. If you need to go over and you see that you're getting to a minute, I just stop, and then I start again and kind of pick up where I was left off and complete my message, okay? So when someone comments on your Facebook Lives or your posts, or they like or love your Facebook Live, you want to head on over. If there's someone you want to prospect and communicate with and kind of show the algorithm, yeah, we're friends. I hop right on over to Facebook Messenger, and Facebook Messenger is a place where you can really, it's the place where you're going to turn your leads into sales and team and customers and new clients and new friendships. It's going to all happen over in Facebook Messenger. And so Facebook Messenger, I want you to think of, one of the overarching rules that I like to say is just be yourself and don't be weird. And that might seem really simplistic and kind of silly, but seriously, don't be weird. Number one, just don't be weird. You don't have to worry about being a weird salesperson that has the right scripts. Facebook Messenger is where you're going to hop over and be yourself. And so I might hop on over. Say I see a friend of mine post about, a friend of mine just got engaged actually yesterday. And I'm going to hop over to Facebook Messenger to say, congratulations, I'm so excited for you. This is Erin. Just wanted to say I'm just so excited for you. What a beautiful thing. What are your plans? Do you have any plans for the wedding? Right? what I love to do in Facebook Messenger is I always like to end with a question, because it's kind of like a tag you're it move in a conversation. So it really is this cue that it's your turn to talk and bounce back the conversation and come back to me in Facebook Messenger. And that's how we're going to continue conversing, having friendship, building a relationship. So again, just like I really encourage you to ask questions in your posts and your Facebook Lives, I like to end my Facebook messages with a question. Because again, it's almost like okay, it's your turn, call me back. It's kind of that kind of cue. Okay. Obviously, we're going to use it to follow up, to check in. I love always starting with a genuine compliment, and I use it to get to know people. And I'll tell you how I do that, as well as friend requesting. So whenever you are requesting a new friend, and I suggest you try to friend request 2 to 5 new people a day. This is going to grow your prospecting list of leads, grow your network, okay? And we can talk about where to find those people. But whenever I send a friend request, I also hop over to message and send a message. Hey, Christine, this is Erin. I just sent you a friend request. I sure hope you accept it. It looks like we have a lot of friends in common. And I might say, these are the couple people, and we look like we have a lot of things that we share in terms of our interests. It looks like you're a coach as well. Tell me, how long have you been a coach? I can't wait to get to know you better. So I'm leaving it with a question. I'm giving them a heads up. I'm kind of making myself known so that I don't get lost in all of the noise, right? In all of the other friend requests that she might be getting. And I'm starting that conversation to get to know people. I will tell you what, 2 of my best friends in my life, I now talk to every day on Voxer. We are fellow coaches, and we met online. We met this exact same way. And so I make a lot of friends online, and they are meaningful, deep relationships. They turn into them. Because at some point, yes, we get off of Facebook and we start having conversations on the phone or Voxer, or, we meet up and go to conferences together. Like, this is I want you to think of Facebook as another networking group that you can be a part of. And it's got over 1 billion people in it. Imagine going to like American Businesswomen and 1.6 billion people showed up, right? I mean, this is a powerful way to expand your network. It's free and you don't have to leave your house. It's a great thing. So again, when we're using Facebook Messenger, I want you to just think of having a normal, typical conversation with people. So if someone posts on your Facebook Live, loved what you were sharing, I hop over and say, hey, thanks for hopping on my Facebook Live, Diana. It's great to see you. What's new? Or I might say, what did you love most? Or what's your biggest takeaway? Or it seems like you really loved what I was talking about in terms of productivity. Tell me, how are you going to use it in your business? And people are going to respond back. And all of a sudden we're conversing and having a relationship. Okay, so why Messenger matters is it tells the Facebook algorithm that you are real friends, which means in Facebook world, your posts are going to show up in their newsfeed and theirs going to show up in yours. Okay, so that's why we're doing that, as well as it creates relationships that much faster. And it's obviously a much more effective use of your time than simply posting, saying thanks for people's comments on your posts, right? You have to. So I want you to think of posting is actually passive marketing. Engaging and prospecting is active marketing. So when you post and you share value and you educate and you inspire, that's passive. You then have to move over into prospecting, which is active. And that's where you move over to Facebook Messenger to do your active marketing. That's where if someone says, I want to learn about your weight loss product, that's where I then head over to Facebook Messenger. I can't wait to tell you about my weight loss product. Here's the link. Take a look around. But what are some of your other health goals? Tell me, where are you at with things? And I can steer you in the right direction. Can't wait to help you. I might leave a message like that, right? So that's where I'm going to actively prospect and share all of my links and my goodies. And, say someone was interested in this Facebook Bootcamp. That's where I'm going to send them the details and the sign-up page, etc. Okay. A little pro tip that you can take with you from today, and you could start implementing right now, is every day Facebook tells you whose birthday it is. And so one thing you could do every day to kind of set yourself apart is you could go over to Facebook Messenger and wish people a happy birthday instead of just on their posts on their page. You can head on over and wish them a personal message, right? Another thing you can do is check who's active. So I took a little screenshot. Facebook shows you in your message, Facebook Messenger, right to the right of messages, you can see the word active 294 on the screen. That was a screenshot that was saying of all of my thousands of friends, right now 294 they were on Facebook right then and there. If you want to increase your level of engagement and someone actually responding to you, go and talk to some of the people that are actively on Facebook right then and there. So I could see, for example, Christy, she's got a green light there. I could go over to Christy and follow up a conversation, right? I'm going to get a much higher response rate because Christy's on Facebook. And that's a kind of fun little experiment to do. You could go and message up 5 people that are active, and you'll probably get 5 responses right then and there. Versus sometimes it takes days for people to respond back to you because it's just not on their priority list. They're not seeing your messages. They see it and then they forget to respond. So that's another pro tip. Okay, we talked about this, I think, last time, but just to reiterate, of course you want to be a person first and a marketer second. So one of the things I do is when I'm friending up someone new or they're friend requesting me, I'm going to go and spend a couple minutes looking at their page to see, one, if we have something in common and I want to accept their friend request, right? But it also is going to give me some reasons to check in and get to know them. Again, imagine this being like at a cocktail party and you're meeting someone new. That's what you're doing over in Facebook Messenger. So it looks like we have so much in common. You just saw Brendan Burchard last year. I just saw him this weekend. Oh my gosh, what was your biggest takeaway? I'm getting to know people. I'm a person first. Because guess what? Eventually they're going to figure out what I do. I'm going to figure out what they do and figure out if we're going to do business together. But you don't start there, right? You start with being a human first. Again, you can always go over and thank people for watching and thank them for commenting. So every single person that comments on your Facebook Live is a lead. It's a potential lead. And when you view it like that, the way you're going to convert leads is you're going to start and you're going to follow up on the lead. So I see that you loved what I was talking about. Tell me, how long have you been in real estate? How's it going? What's going on in the real estate market right now? Okay. Facebook Messenger, obviously you're going to respond to their comments, you're going to follow up, and you're going to, again, actively prospect in Facebook Messenger when people raise their hand virtually to your call to action. So let me explain what that means and remind you that in every good Facebook Live, you're going to end it with a call to action. A call to action is going to be what you want them to do next. Now, so you're going to ask them to drop a word below or say yes if you want my free gift, or right? And so that is them basically raising their hand. So if you were speaking to them in person and you said, who wants to know more about what I'm doing? And they raise their hand. That's how people raise their hand virtually on your Facebook Lives. So you can immediately prospect if someone has raised their hand. If you have a call to action that if you want to know about my weight loss products and they raise their hand, drop a yes below, you can go straight into prospecting, in my opinion. You do not have to work on building a relationship with them for 2 months. Like, they've raised their hand. They want the thing. Okay? And then just remember that, friendships take time and relationships take time. I've been at this for 4 to 5 years, very, very consistently. And I just want you to know that it all adds up. It all matters. It all is building you to your goal, but you really need to be patient and consistent. And these real relationships take time. I want to remind everyone something I spoke about last time, which was how do I come up for content for my posts? And I really want to talk about the psychology of posting and how to reverse engineer so that you will never run out of things to talk about and post about. So again, I want you to remind you that you're going to post about your client's pain points. The pain point is something that your client would happily hand their credit card over to you if you could show them how to solve that problem or meet that need. So think about what their top pain points are, and that is what you're going to post about, okay? And then what you do is you reverse engineer from the pain points. And so you create a post about that pain point. And your post can be solving that pain point. So it could be top 3 tips to lose weight, top 3 tips to find the home of your dreams. You could do this strategy. This is another strategy. So let's say I have a 5-step process to build a massively successful business. Today, I want to tell you one of them. If you want to learn about the other 4, reach out to me. I would love to share those with you, but I don't have time for all of them. Let me just hop on with one, right? You could do that with anything you're teaching about. I have top 10 fat burning foods. I'm going to talk about 2 of them today. If you want the other 8, drop the number 8 below, and I'll be in touch to send you the others. I don't have time to talk about all of them today, so I want to deep dive into the top 2, right? You can reverse engineer by showing how you solve the problem they have. So I might work with a lot of entrepreneurs that want to figure out how to actually launch their business. And so they've got all these ideas in their head, but how do they actually create a strategy? I can say, I remember when I was in that boat and I just wanted to help people. And I was then told, like, you can't just help the world. You got to figure out your niche. Let me help you understand how I figured out what my niche was and how you can apply this to your business as well. So you can go backwards from how you solved the problem that you now solve for other people. Another way you could post about their pain points is you can create a cute meme, which is just a picture with words over it. And the app that I use for that is Canva. There's lots of apps, but you can become familiar with those apps, and pretty soon you'll be savvy on them in no time. Again, pictures are more effective than just texts. So create cute memes about the solution you have, or you can think about sharing what you've been reading or watching. So it's always finding a reason to come on and post. So I might say, last night when I was doing my 30 minutes of reading, which I do every night, because remember, readers are leaders. I kind of embed that cue in there, right? I might say, I was reading about blah, blah. Let me share with you, and then I want to share with you what I think about that, and create your post that way. But again, I'm posting about things that I know are their pain points. So I'm not going to waste my time talking about things that are irrelevant to the problems that I can solve, because I want to establish myself as that top of mind expert problem solver and be known for, oh, you've got that problem? Oh, go to Dr. Erin for that. She's always talking about that. She always helps people with that. So I hope that's super helpful. Just in closing, of course, be you. Like, the great thing about being you is you don't have to figure out what scripts to use and what verbiage to use. Literally, be you. That is the fastest way to success for you. I had someone chime on last week and say, I don't actually know who this person was or how she got on my feed, but she said, a doctor of your education is saying, OMG, that is just so inappropriate. And I just let my friends like hop on that train because they said, you don't know who you're talking about. And we love Dr. Aaron, and OMG, we love Dr. Aaron. It was really kind of funny, but be you. Use the words that you would use. Bring your energy to the table. That's all anyone ever wants of you, is just for you to be you. Okay, I am going to open it up for questions. So does anyone have a question? Or I would love to hear wins that you've been experiencing as you're integrating, implementing what you're learning here.
Hi, Dr. Aaron, this is Diana. I have not started doing videos yet, but I've been kind of ramping up in responses and doing the messenger and everything, just
Great.
kind of going that route so far, but no video yet.
Okay, when are you going to start?
I haven't put a date on it, but let's say before the end of the month.
Honey, it's the beginning of the month. Are you saying
I know, that gives me 30 days.
You're good. You are savvy. Oh, that was a good answer.
Okay.
Okay, I know. I'm asking you because I don't know if it's fear getting in your way or if you're ramping up to feel ready. And if you are, I would say you may never feel ready.
Exactly. I agree with that.
I know. Awesome. I'm glad that you're going to get going. And I'm glad you've been using Facebook Messenger. Have you been using the voice?
I have not.
Okay. So that's a next step.
Yes. So I'll do that. And then, like you said, just the birthday messages, I've been kind of doing that, but I'm typing it. I'm not recording it.
Well, that's great.
Yeah. So little by little, it's just getting the
taking steps. Yep. Okay, great. Thanks, Diana.
Mm-hmm.
I know Sarah Carlson, she's not on, but she said she posted and ended with question, and she had 50 responses and like the most amazing Facebook post she's ever had. And so she was very, very excited. I think she posted that in our group.
Oh, that's awesome.
She found a pain point. Have you ever felt this way? Or would you like this solution kind of question? And it set up people, and they were like, me. Like everyone was raising their hand, so to speak. And she was really excited about that.
That's great.
Yeah. Anyone else want to share their successes or questions?
Hey, Erin, it's Tracy. Can you hear me?
Hi.
Hi. I think, so I am super excited to do a Facebook, but I'm also scared. Like, I'm scared to put myself out there.
Why does it make perfect sense that you're scared, Tracy?
It makes perfect sense because I'm afraid of like failing. I'm afraid of what people will think instead of just going for it.
Okay. That's good to target that's the fear. Facebook Live is a very vulnerable feeling for a lot of us. And I know someone just did their first one this week, and they felt like they put it out there, and now it's just up for scrutiny, right?
Mm-hmm.
And it just is. And so what kind of mindset would you need to have to talk back to that fear, Tracy?
Yeah, the mindset of I'm enough, and I really don't care what people think because I'm out there to serve people, and those that need what I have will be the ones that respond, the ones that will they won't scrutinize me. So I have to go in with that mindset that what I have is amazing and powerful, and those that need me and my services will see me.
Oh, so good. So I knew you knew the answer, so that's awesome, right? And the mindset behind that truly is, I'm just looking for people who are looking for me. I love what you said, that I have something really great to offer, and so how dare I keep myself is another way to look at it, right?
Mm-hmm.
Another is, I was at Brendan Burchard this weekend, his 4-day conference, and he spoke about what you're speaking about. When we step outside our comfort zone or we step into doing what you really want to do, there is what he calls a success tax, TAX, that we all have to pay. And the biggest success tax is what other people think. And that we will run into that. We will run into people not getting it, not liking it, having negative opinions about it, judging us. But is that a tax that you're willing to pay for the price of success? Yes, it is, right?
Yeah.
And so just kind of recognizing, oh yeah, that's the success tax, but I want to be successful. So here I go. I also think bringing the mindset of being playful and curious and, to it, like I love trying new things, even when they scare me a little bit. The fear is there because it's new. And of course, but here I go. I'm going to play around with this is a whole different mindset of, and also this doesn't have to be perfect. I'm not going to that. I'm just I like to be the kind of woman, an entrepreneur that tries new things and is constantly growing, which I know you do. So when I went to the cocktail party with Brendan Burchard, I asked him how he has failed forwards. And he said, he fails all the time, but he says, when your love of learning is greater than your fear of failing, you just don't care and you just go for it all the time. And so for you, Tracy, your love of growing, your love of sharing is just greater than your fear. You have to tell yourself.
Yeah.
And I kind of psych myself up, like a couple of seconds of like, here you go, Erin, like hit play, hit record. And then, like my finger wants to go back. I still feel like that at times. And I just do it. And then you just do it.
Yeah.
I also think
that 5-second rule, right?
Yeah, right. 5-second rule.
I mean, Mel Robbins. Yeah.
Yep.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
I also say anxiety hates a plan. And so plan out what you're going to say. Have it on your, put your points, your talking points, even on a little Post-it right by the camera. We talked about that. But I even put cues of how I'm going to do the small talk at the beginning, what I'm going to talk about, what question I might want to plant and where. Because when I get anxious, I'm going to forget all of that. So no one can see it. Anxiety hates a plan. So bring a plan with you, run it through in your brain a couple times, and then hop on, and you will find you will start loving it. You will be like, oh my gosh. Because you'll get customers, clients, sales, team, and you'll get over that fear real fast.
Yeah, I'm excited to do it, and then I start, getting nervous. I'm like, no, I just need to do this, and you're right, and I have it all mapped out. I just have to make the plan and have it set in place, and and not worry. And it doesn't have to be perfect. I think that's my, I always get in that mindset. Oh my God, this has to be perfect. And remembering, no, it does not, because nobody wants perfect.
No one wants
us to be.
Yeah, perfection doesn't sell.
To be normal.
Attract.
Yeah.
Yep. And I love sharing that vulnerability. And so I would love you hopping on saying, this is my first Facebook Live. Could I get some love? Because, oh my goodness, right? And sharing who on here watching has never done a Facebook Live? Let me know, this is my first. And I'm in a coaching program right now and I'm challenging myself. That shows that you are a woman that's growing, and just that's so attractive, isn't it?
Yeah. No, I like that. That's good. I like that.
My first Facebook
Okay.
Live, I hopped on and I hived. I get hives like up my neck, and I was like, "Oh, look it, there they are." I was like, I am so nervous. And then I got all these hearts, and then I said, "Oh, that's so sweet. You're all sending me hearts." And it was totally endearing, you know?
Yeah.
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 Okay,
No,
awesome, Tracy.
I totally agree. I'd much rather watch somebody that's vulnerable and going through that than somebody who's perfect, because then I would be, I would be like, oh my God, I can't do that. I can't be her. So I'm not even going to do it. So
Yep.
yeah, being myself.
Yep.
Okay. Thank you. Love it.
Welcome. Thanks for sharing. And what I would say too is to everyone who's new to this and gearing up, to make yourself smile. And so when we get nervous, we can get kind of serious, and really before you hit that play button, like put a smile on, even if you have to will it and it's not supernatural, and try to keep that smile going more than you feel comfortable, because that'll stretch you to being kind of almost to the normal level. So if you got to stretch yourself a little bit those first couple times to really bring that energy and smile, and it will come across much better. Anyone else? I can't wait to see you all use Messenger, and that's where I make all my sales, is bopping on over to Messenger and following up, because I've planted those questions in my lives. So it's very strategic. I'm so excited for you all to experience that and to see that you will have a never-ending supply of leads. My clients now, my one-on-one clients, they're like, how do you keep up with all this? Isn't that a great problem to have? How do you keep up with all of the business coming your way? I'll take that problem all day, any day. All right, everybody. Well, if there's no more questions, I will see you next week. I'll post this recording tonight, and let us know in the group how you're doing with Facebook Messenger, and can't wait to see some of you do your first lives. I wish you all the best. Have a beautiful week. Thanks for joining. Bye.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Okay, bye.
Thanks,
Bye.
Dr. Erin.
Thanks, Terry.